Until you, honestly, have made a journey to New Orleans, you can't fully sympathize for the tens of thousands of families that are desperate, still displaced, and wondering if their homes and communities will still be rebuilt anytime soon.
Children are hurting. That place was destroyed by Katrina. The books were destroyed. The computers were destroyed. Right now, our children, there's no library. There's no after school.
Oh, it was unbelievable. Words can't describe. I mean, I had to control myself because I just wanted to scream and cry and howl or run in the street, but I couldn't do that because I knew if I broke down, my girls would have broke down. So.
You know, my philanthropy is my ability to give back in every sense of the word.
You know, every time I go to New Orleans, I'm compelled to work. I can't just look at the devastation there. I have to do something, rather it's gutting a house, rather it's clearing debris, whatever it may be. Simply just being an ear to listen. Something. I want to do something so that I know that there's a little bit of a difference since I've arrived.
Dr. King once says, the ultimate measure of a man is not where he stands in moments of comfort, but when he stands at time of challenge, conflict, and controversy. Well, tonight you witnessed where Usher stand when it comes to helping their fellow man right on the front lines.
With Katrina, you know, with what Usher's doing, he's literally rebuilding the city, which is great.
I'm definitely here to support Usher. Obviously, I've been supporting Usher for years, and I'm just proud that he's even just involved in a project like this.
What Usher's doing with his organization is just raising the bar, you know, by a block.
The reason it was important for me to come out is I think Usher is a humanitarian. I mean, he's a great artist. We all know him that way. But when you can take your star and shed light on something like this, I mean, the victims of Katrina.
We started with helping families with rent and utilities assistance because they're displaced. So, you know, we started off being able to help them find housing in Houston, Atlanta, Chicago, Milwaukee, you name it. We were able to help them do that and pay their rent. But then it became clear that they wanted to come home. So we decided to move into another phase of the work in the Gulf Coast, which was to help these families come home.
Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Usher Raymond.
There are two passions that drive my humanitarian effort. The first is to rebuild the Gulf Coast.
Usher presented me with a check for $15,000, and that check was to go back into my community to help the families that was affected by Katrina. What we did, we budgeted that money out to go as far as we can to the families to provide cleaning material. Some of them had bedding, some of them had help pay the light bill. Whatever that need were, that's what that money was for.
She accepted our support and she spread it throughout the community for more than 100 people. Could you do that? No, better yet, would you do that? Now your house is destroyed and you decide to take the money given to you to restart your life and help others? That's amazing. That is amazing.
And as I took this money for Katrina, I pledged that I would be a good steward. And I thank God that he helped me to be a good steward over that money, and which that money did not stay in my hand. It went to the families that needed it the most.
I was going back and forth from New Orleans back to Atlanta because I was trying to find work. And then when I really found out it was true, then I was glad for all of them.
Would you have the strength to travel home and look at the devastation, look at the reality, and travel back home? Would you truly have the strength?
While I was gone, he was the man of my house. He took care of my family while I was in New Orleans trying to help them get back home.
That's the amazing thing about Usher is that, you know, this isn't something that he has to do. It's something that out of his heart, he wants to make sure that people don't get forgotten. And many times in many things like that, people often are forgotten, and he's going back and making sure no one gets left behind.
$6,000 is bid, now 7. Now to bid 7, 7, now to bid 7.
This is not about giving money to some corporation to go out and try and help something. It's actually doing it yourself. It's like, you know, your money's actually going to go rebuild in New Orleans. Like, these guys are actually going to get better from the bucks you put in.
It's been 3 years, and the headlines are not tugging at us anymore, and yet probably 350,000 people are still out of homes and paying mortgages on plots that are not even there. It's just ridiculous. So when I hear somebody doing something that is for the people, I'm about that. I'm about people using their celebrity to shed light on something like this. And it takes people like Usher to continue to do it and say, hey, problem ain't solved. I don't know where y'all are going.
It's really encouraging when people do stuff to help others. Especially with people who have so much. So I always love to support them because I hope, and I know they will support me on anything that I believe in.
I want you all to know that he stepped in when I needed him the most. There have been other supporters that helped us as well, but this has been a wonderful support to me. Usher has become a household name in my family and in our community, and I'm so grateful and honored to be a part and to be networking with the Usher's new look.
I made a promise when I went to New Orleans. I made a promise that I would listen. I made a promise to understand. I made a promise to do something real. I made a promise to help them. And that promise is precious. We can't betray that trust.
I thank him very much. He's my hero and lots of other people's hero, and without him, we probably would be homeless or struggling, living from house to house with the kids separated. Thank you.
I pray each and every day that I could do something very positive, something that may make a difference in the world. God has given me so many talents. God has blessed me. And I truly just want to do something positive. And I chose to spend my time doing this. Here 3 years later. 3 years later, we've made progress, but we've not done exactly the best that we could possibly do.
What I'm getting ready to prepare you for tonight, you will never forget.
When we help these kids find new sports, we have less trouble in these communities. So for me, when you engage like hockey, you put what Usher's doing and what Clef with the music, you're going to get a lot of magic tonight.
You guys give a warm round of applause for Grammy Award winner, Roger John.
Of course, everybody knows him as an international recording star, and the opportunity to partner up with him in a philanthropic endeavor to take his star and allow it to shine on the NHL and the work that he does with the kids.
Yeah, it was a huge honor to be able to play, the All-Star game, and then of course be able to be here and just hang out and meet Usher and talk to him about his foundation and what amazing work he's doing for the kids.
I want to thank Usher so much because it's a really great experience, so I just want to say thank you, Usher.